Time now for Trend Vibes, where we explore the latest cultural trends in Korea. Joining us today is our trend reporter, Yoon Se-young. Hello, Se-young.
Hello. Hello, Soa. Hello, Walter.
So, Se-young, what do you have for us today?
We just had a Lunar New Year holiday. It was a long one, right? And while I was preparing gifts and food for the Lunar New Year holiday, I couldn't help but notice that the prices have gone up so much. It's been a while since we've been experiencing this financial difficulties and high prices, right? As a result, naturally, this is also affecting how people enjoy their leisure time as well, and that's what we are going to discuss today. So before we dive in, I want to ask you guys this question. Do you guys have any favorite leisure activities?
Well, I have a relatively new one. I was in a musical class recently, so I like to perform, sing, act, but I also like to read a lot. I try to read.
Reading? Isn't that one of your New Year's resolution? Are you
remember,
keeping up with that?
I am actually. In January, I finished 3 books. So I can say with confidence that reading is one of my leisure activities.
Good job,
What
Soa.
about you?
Well, Se-young, you and I are both parents, so you know that we don't really get as much time to have leisure time. However, I do like to take photos, content create, those sort of things, yes.
Oh, nice, nice. Or cooking sometimes,
cooking as
right?
well,
I
yes.
saw it on your social network.
Yeah, I like to cook as well.
Yes, I personally love traveling with my family or just going to the movies or buying books at the bookstores. But these days, I find myself hesitating more when it comes to enjoying these activities. And I think I'm not the only one. Many people with similar interests are adapting their habits to be more cost efficient due to the economic downturn. And according to a report released in December by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism based on weekends, the average leisure time in 2024 increased by 12 minutes compared to the previous year, but the monthly average spending on leisure activities decreased by 14,000 Korean won, that is about $9.60. So that means even though people have more free time to enjoy, they are not necessarily spending on cultural experiences.
That is kind of sad, but also it makes sense because if the money is tight, people might be less inclined to go out. So, Se-young, do you have any specific examples?
Yeah, so let's start with movies, which is one of my hobbies. According to the Korean Film Council, last year, the total number of moviegoers in theaters decreased by 2 million compared to the previous year. And the biggest reason? Of course, high ticket prices. But that doesn't mean people have lost their interest in watching movies, right? So as a result, OTT streaming subscriptions have increased as a result. And a report from the Korea Communications Commission at the end of last year revealed that 8 out of 10 Korean people use these streaming services. And if you don't mind waiting a little longer, you can enjoy the same movie at a much lower cost. So I think it's a great opportunity for consumers. And also, books follow a similar pattern. While many traditional bookstores have struggles or even shut down due to declining sales, secondhand bookstores and public libraries have seen increase in users.
I see.
Yes, we've actually talked about it on the show before, seeing that moviegoers are on the decline, especially due to OTT platforms, which is quite interesting. But that's great news that there are affordable options out there. But from an industry perspective, let's say, it's also unfortunate to see bookstores closing because there is something about bookstores, the smell, the feel, the atmosphere. It's really sad to see them shut down.
Right. Yeah. And also in regards to the movies, I wanted to add that we did talk about this during our movie segment. It is great that we can watch movies on OTT platforms at home on our own screen, but watching movies together with other people, it's kind of even socializing, it's different. It is different. So that is also one of the, sad factors of these high prices, that we don't get to watch these movies with random other people together. It just is a different feeling.
But a whole different experience.
It is. But what about other cultural activities besides movies and reading books? What else do you have?
Well, at the start of a new year, people set fitness goals. However, prices go up. So people, instead of just signing up for the gym, people started to offer cost-effective ways to exercise. For example, running used to be extremely popular among millennials and Gen Z, with forming these all different running crews across the country. But with the rising prices of running shoes and athletic wear needed for long-distance runs, a new trend is emerging. That is walking, which requires even less gear. Because for walking, what do you need? All you need is just a pair of sneakers, right? And in the arts and entertainment scene, early bird tickets for exhibitions and concerts are in high demand as well. And even a small discount can drive people to frantically click their way to securing a spot before the tickets sell out.
I've also noticed that these running crews, these walking crews have become more of a social media phenomenon as well, where they're actually tagging each other and there's a lot of running crews happening. Yes. Fitness has been one of my goals. I haven't started. I will start. Yeah, I will start sometime this year, but...
You have to start, Walter.
It's February now, Walter.
Yeah,
you remember.
Eventually I'll start.
We'll stop nagging.
But it is a good point because regardless of your financial situation, being mindful of spending is really important, especially these days. Now, Seong, some hobbies don't have cheaper alternatives, right? Like, we want to do them, but unfortunately, they're just too expensive. What about people who want to continue their favorite leisure activities despite financial constraints?
Well, that's where the second-hand marketplaces come in. So have you guys ever used it, like 당근, Karen Market or 당근 Market in Korean?
I have, actually. I mean, I have sold some of my things on that 당근 market or carrot market. That's because I wanted to get rid of some of my stuff, so I haven't purchased anything. I'm a seller.
Your selling is also good.
When you have a baby, you just sell
Baby stuff.
all the stuff on 당근 market.
It's like it's like a habit.
All the time. Yeah.
Right. And platforms like Karen Market or 당근 Market, we just talked about, have seen tremendous growth in recent years. With the ongoing economic challenges, more people prefer buying second-hand goods instead over new ones, and items related to leisure activities as well, such as musical instruments, cameras, and bicycles are frequently traded on these platforms. And this way, people can still enjoy their hobbies at a much lower cost. So it's a great opportunity for consumers.
It does seem to be so. And do you have any other ideas or examples of how you can deal with these high-cost leisure activities?
Sure. Another smart way people are adapting is through subscription services. And most of us think of streaming platforms when we hear the subscription, but the concept has expanded far beyond that. For example, there are ebook subscriptions like Millie's Library and even home appliances subscription services. And one particularly interesting service introduced last year is the Sejong Center for the Performing Arts subscription program. It was the first time a performing arts venue in Korea introduced a subscription model. And subscribers receive a 40% discount on all Sejong season performances and early ticket access as well. And it has been so popular that all available subscriptions, 500 in 2023 and 1,000 in 2024, all just sold out on the first day each year.
Oh, I should try to check out that one.
Yes.
I really think subscription, these kinds of programs are great if you know how to make good use of them.
Right.
I mean, apart from OTT platforms, I have subscribed to a number of education platforms where you can learn all kinds of things. You can learn how to make contents, for instance, or how to cook, or anything related to your skin beauty, etc. But you really have to make good use of it.
Right,
if you once subscribe to it and then suddenly a year has gone by. So that happens at times. But Seong, before we wrap up, can you also share some tips to make these leisure activities more affordable in these tough economic times?
Of course. According to a report from the Korea Economic Research Institute on 2025 consumer spending plans, the #1 category where spending is expected to decrease is travel, dining out, and accommodation. But that doesn't mean you have to give up on travel altogether, because the Korean government is offering up to 30,000 Korean won in accommodation coupons for non-metropolitan areas starting in March. And this will be available on a first-come, first-served basis through online travel platforms. So if you're interested in travel but hesitating due to travel expenses, please be sure to check them out. And also, have you heard of Culture Day?
I have heard of that. Isn't that once a month or so?
Yeah,
On a Wednesday?
Right. It's the last Wednesday of every month or during that week. Over 2,000 cultural venues such as cinemas, museums, art galleries, and even sports facilities offer free or discounted admission. And I personally take advantage of this program very often, and I'm a huge fan. It's a great opportunity. Yes.
Please take us next time together
to
your culture activities.
I'll text you.
Okay, please do so.
Yeah, so like the accommodation coupons sound nice to me. I mean, as a father now, I need all the savings I can, because just like this Lunar New Year holiday, the Chuseok holiday in the second half of the year will be quite long too, which I'm kind of looking forward to. So
It's almost 10 days, almost 10 days. And on top of that, 2025 has quite a few golden holidays or the long weekends. And so I highly recommend that you check out some great travel benefits provided by both central governments or local governments as well.
Sounds great, Seong. Spending habits may change, but I think culture is essential. So hearing from you, Seong, I think we can make the most of what we have, the time that we have, and the options that we have to enjoy our leisure activities. So I hope that we just do what we love and are not that much affected by the economic downturn.
Let's do not give up.
Yes.
But enjoying our leisure activities.
Okay, I hope that both of you are going to have enough time to spend time for your hobbies this week. And thank you very much, Seong, for that interesting topic today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to see you back here tomorrow on Wednesday.
See you tomorrow.